The Illuminati card game. This is probably what this edition looks like. As you can see here, it's not available. That's in Spanish. I'm on Spanish Amazon. 1994 Illuminati New World Order limited edition card game on Amazon. So this website says predicted 9/11 sees renewed popularity amid COVID-19. Okay, out of print conspiracy card game from '94 that predicted 9/11. So this article, it goes on to tell you about the card game. I first came across this, probably like a lot of other people, on social media. They would post particular cards that were relevant, like the 9/11 attack. So it says some of these cards go for $1,300 on Amazon. So this is the 9/11 card, which says terrorist nuke. So I actually heard Alex Jones talking about the fact that they did plan a nuke, but like a small nuclear weapon, but they scrapped that idea because of the fallout, the contamination that would have happened. So they went for the controlled demolition with the planes flying into it in the end. So that clearly looks like the Twin Towers exploding there. So that was the big one. And then you got the Pentagon, which was one of the other attacks. This was done in 1994, these cards. So this article lets you know about the weight that the cards sort of gained with those September 11th attacks. This one here, I didn't really know about this until recently. The charismatic leader, they're saying that's Trump. Then we got martial law card, which Alex Jones talked about for a long time. And that seemingly happened with COVID. A march on Washington, protests, gathering momentum, upheaval, we're seeing that. This is the card. See, on the review here it says one card epidemic depicts a pile of body bags, a face mask, gloves, disinfectant, and the word quarantine. Okay, so we check that card out. The epidemic card. Depicting, well, I mean, they didn't mention the syringe, or did they? Did they say the syringe? Yeah, no, they didn't. I mean, the syringe there. And the Red Cross, the medical authority, that's the disinfectant. I mean, could that little bottle be looks like the, what's it saying, RX? It's a bit like Pfizer kind of thing, isn't it? It's like the vaccine. So you got the mask, the gloves, quarantine. It's just too close. Body bags in the background. I wondered what that was, because it's like I got a green tinge to it. Yeah, the body bags. What does the quarantine card say? Yeah, see the cards, I just can't really, like the write-up and how you play the game, I wouldn't know. Centre for Disease Control. This is the establishment's utopia developing, where they can enslave people using a, I don't know. What does this say? The CDC makes a direct attack to destroy a place. It can use biological warfare. And that's what COVID is, right? Biological warfare against the population of the world by the establishment, church and state, the beast with the woman riding it. Gun control. Here's one, sweeping reforms. I mean, if you're going to go from a democracy to a dictatorship, that pretty much sums it up. Plague of demons around the capital. I mean, or is it the Vatican? Or was it saying a card? Yeah, well, the capital looks exactly like the Vatican. I mean, doesn't that just sum up the Vatican? Then there's some other cards. This one's very interesting. Oh, before we get into that, this one here describes that after the Plague of Demon cards, there's a watermelons card. I haven't seen that one. That's not on this video. And it says, one-time communists looking for a new cause drift into green movements. All green groups are considered communist and vice versa. I mean, if I was to try and explain the times we're living through, that's probably 50% of it. The climate change. If you're going to put on a society a method of self-erosion, a bringing down, then you need a cause, and the cause is climate change, and so the deindustrialization process, etc. I don't know if I've ever talked about the Counter-Reformation, wanting to take the Protestant nations back to the Dark Ages. I mean, that's how they rule. I think I did talk about it in a great reset video. So the political correctness card, it's got used insensitive pronoun. Ate flesh of dead animals. So obviously that's the one we associate more with political correctness. Used insensitive pronoun. I mean, is that like he, she? But anyway, in this one, ate flesh of dead animals. That's their next step with setting up these vegan groups and how they want to abolish flesh and get the general population on maggots or that kind of type of thing. But I mean, that could probably come in with Cyber Polygon, where they disrupt all the supplies and you can't get fresh meat anymore. I mean, I don't know if these druids who are behind all this are vegetarians. Just have to wait and see. Rewriting history. Yeah, that's very 1984, where they remove the statues. Say all the say it's all basically your history's evil because you oppressed blacks, gays, and women. Using those as the new proletariat against the bourgeoisie, it'll just completely destroy you. But in 1984, there's a passage in there about rewriting the history. So the history of the world goes in the bin. You're in a new world order dictatorship. 1984. Media blitz, they control the media. That's how they're doing this. They've hypnotised everybody. And here we go. This relates back to used insensitive pronoun political correctness by using these people here. Yeah, that's the new proletariat. This group is one of the main ones. The Pride movement, market manipulation. Yeah, everything's rigged. Everything's hyperinflated to make you poor. Interesting times. Yeah. Of course, there isn't a conspiracy. I mean, yeah. Now, what's next? Is that it? Yeah. So there we go. All planned out, it seems. You conspiracy theorist.